Okay, we're back in Weldon, North Carolina. I think this is the 14th video I've made of this place, but we're actually in a different part of the dump. This is the actual landfill from the late 30s on into the early 50s. Nobody's ever dug here yet. And I don't think I'm going to dig here, at least not today. As long as I got 1920 era stuff, I'm not going to dig 1945 stuff. As you can see, there's the typical kind of things like that soda bottle is definitely ACL. But here's a pretty nice bottle right there on top of the ground. It's the 8-sided Noxzema. I don't know if that's considered a sample bottle, but it's definitely a pretty small one. I consider that a $5 bottle all day long though. So that's a pretty good surface find. Well, at least 3 feet of bottles in here. There's another one that's potentially worth $5. $4 anyway. That's antique shop price. Of course, at a flea market, it's probably worth only $3. Well, here's an old house, or what's left of it. Usually I would see something like this and say, wow, we can probably find a few privies out here. But looking at it being all covered with ivy and all these trees, I don't even want to really put much effort into that. I might look for 2 or 3 minutes. I just stumbled into a spot that looks amazing, and the first thing I see is a straight-sided Coke. See the word cola right there. It's broken. And no, it's not a Coca-Cola. It's actually a gay cola. I used to think it might say J Cola, but there's definitely a gay cola bottling company out of Farmville, North Carolina. But this one's different. Also has script down here on the heel. And it's not from Farmville, it's from Rocky Mount. So, it's a pretty nice bottle, or would have been. But look at all that. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff right here on top of the ground. I don't know if it's been sitting here for 100 years or if somebody dug it up and threw it here. But it is right next to where we were heading for. This other part of the dump that's about a half a mile walk from the main dump. Down in this ravine. Holler, canyon, whatever you want to call it. If you look down there, somebody dug quite a bit of bottles out of here. I'm just hoping they didn't wipe it out completely, because I want to get my share. Well, here it is, the main part of this dump. I'm sure it's at least 75% dug out already. Somebody dug here quite a bit 20 or 30 years ago. But did they get every single part of it? Even if they did, some of these broken bottles are actually worth something. Okay, I found lime cola. The top's broken off, but I might saw it down and make a glass out of it. But it's actually from Durham, North Carolina. I've never seen one of these before. So I think I'll bring that back. A broken lime cola of an older style. This one is way the heck down there from Jacksonville, Florida. It's even got the bottler's name on it and it's slug plated. It's probably one of the earliest lime colas ever made then. Alright, I've been probing around, feeling it out a bit to see. Because if you know how to probe, you can tell if it's a loose feeling or if the ground's tight and the bottles are solid feeling down there. I think the only good spot is right here. Okay, I found this one laying there. I guess the guy left it because it's broken off, but still I think it's worth something. And then there's this one. I don't even know what this is. Hardison's Bottling Works? I have no idea what that is. Doesn't sound like anything from around here though. Okay, that didn't work out too good over there, so I'm back to the original spot. Back to where I dug an intact mid-script Pepsi last week. Not sure what's happening here, but I'm not having any luck getting this out of here without it flowing back in. It's like an underground creek here. Got the first bottle right here. Looks to be in good shape. What city is it? It looks like a Chadbourne. That's a really good one if it's not chipped. It looks pretty good so far. I've scooped out about 20 gallons and it just keeps on coming back. See that? I got a 10 pin showing up. And that one's also broken. What type is it? It's just a common one. Found a broken jug. And I got a number of sodas showing up. Well, top's broken off and it's just a welding. But what about this one? Looks like a whole one to me. Sure is. I don't feel any embossing. I guess it's a slick bottom. But it's a 15, so it's worth at least $8 anyway. But I think we got a couple more showing up. What about this one? Then there's another one. Not quite intact. And it's just another welding. Okay, I think we might have a whole hobble skirt. Well, pretty close. Where's it from? It's just a welding, but yeah, it's got a big crack in it too. Okay, I got a couple of bottles showing. We got a soda right there. We got a milk bottle top right there. It's intact. What the heck? Slug plated but no embossing. It's kind of an odd shape too. It really is. I don't think I've ever found one quite like it. The neck is just different and the bottom's more rounded. So that's pretty good for a slick anyway. What about this? No, it's broken. Would have been a nice one though. Okay, I think I got another hobble skirt showing up. Top sheared off, but I might bring it home anyway. Okay, we got something showing up right here. Hopefully I can get it out. It's stuck under a pipe. Well, I thought it was going to be a regular soda, but it's a 12-ounce something or other. This part of the dump is turning out to be almost as bad as that other part that I'm trying to avoid. And I just found a broken Pepsi. I'll saw it off and make a double shot glass out of it. Okay, I think I've thrown enough dirt out of the hole. I'm just going to sweep it over. Nope, don't want to dig in that. Looks like it's about 10 inches of water in there. Maybe I'll go over to that spot and dig. Alright, I just found another one of these cola nut syrup from Littleton. The neck's broken off, but there's no fractures in it, so that's probably worth bringing home anyway. And of course I found this, a slick. we're coming to the end. I think we got about another foot and then it'll be at the edge. Okay, found an intact Chiro Cola. I think it's from Rocky Mount because the color is different. Okay, I see one here. It looks like, well, it's almost intact, but it's a mint cola. It's a lot more rare than most of the kinds I'm finding here. So, it's got a massive chip on the bottom and no town name on it. Okay, I think I got one coming out. Yep, it's just another Chiro Cola. It's got a lip chip, but it might still be worth a few dollars. Just found another mint cola. It's in better condition. And it's from Scotland Neck. Okay, it's been a while since I found one of the mid-script Pepsis. And the top is broken off. But you know what that means. I can still make a glass out of it. Found another Chiro Cola. It's intact and has the cap still on it. It's got a couple cracks in it, but it's still worth something. Okay, found a broken Straights Outta Coke. This is the first one I found from Raleigh. It's a really late variety from about 1915 or 16. And here's another 1915 from a different town, Nashville, Tennessee. So that's about the 17th city represented here in 1915ers. Found a broken Take-A-Cola, 8-sided. It's from Charlottesville, Virginia. It's the first one of these I've seen. Okay, I'm back home. Going to show you the 5 best bottles. I just wanted to show you this light box I just purchased. I figure it's worth the $15 because obviously if you're going to photograph bottles and put them on eBay and put them on Facebook, you need to have something that's going to make them look better. So, there's that broken 10-pin. I never was fortunate enough to find a whole one of these, so I brought this one back. This light box is only 9 or 9.5 inches tall. This is the old model. It only has one light strip on it. The newer ones have another one towards the back. So it should have a light in the back if you're photographing bottles. But I guess it's going to work good enough the way it is. As most of you know, I mostly talk about antique bottles. So a lot of these smaller ones should photograph well with this little photo studio. And there's the best bottle of the 2.5 day dig. I thought it was perfect, but even after I washed it I could have sworn it was perfect, but as you can see it developed a bruise. It's not too bad though. I'm sure it's still worth probably $200 like that. And here's one of many Weldon 1915 hubble skirts. I have yet to find one that's truly mint condition though. This one's pretty close. It does have a little bit of a lip chip, but I figure it's definitely worth at least $8 or $10 anyway. And here's another Weldon Pepsi, similar to the other one, but the neck is about 1 inch shorter on this. And I don't think I've found a perfect one of these yet either. This one's got a big split, big crack right there. But other than that, it just has a lip chip. It's fairly scarce anyway, so definitely worth bringing that one back. And you can see them side by side. It's really only 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch different in the neck length, but the bodies of the bottles are pretty much the same. And there's supposed to be background color strips you can add to this light box. I just haven't done it yet. This one is a very bland looking bottle. It's got a lip chip, but it's the closest example I found to a mint one. It says Weldon NC right here. And something about the property of the Coca-Cola bottling company. So, not that great of a dig trip, but wasn't that bad either. There's a large quantity of cracked bottles coming out of this dump. So this is what I do with them. They still look pretty nice on a shelf. Of course, most serious collectors wouldn't want anything like this. But some people might pay $8 to $15 for them. I have sold stuff like this for as much as $50 if it's something really rare. Well, that's it for this one. This dump is coming to a close pretty soon.